Now, he said, brother, we cannot travel all along to Rameshwaram by train. Pilgrimages should be made on foot, but somehow Ram was kind enough to take us on the train so far. We have only to walk a distance of 6 miles in order to reach. It is the will of Ram that this be covered on foot. Be cheerful, brother. So not merely, it is not that my IQ has said, so we have to accept. He has also rationalized it. So whenever we are confronted with any negative situation, we just look at it, comprehensively. Then we will be able to know the technique by which we can turn it into positive one. Wherever we fail, we pray to Him. It's a very important thing in our workaday life. All those things will happen. But we should be able to put the label of positive instead of negative on the apparent negative situation. The other day we were sharing with you, in Gujarat Anand, when we were having this 7-day program, a group of people came from Singapore and they had to return in between. On the day of their return, we were reading this particular portion. We were dwelling upon it intensely. And then they left. They have to catch the bus from Anand to some other place, from there to their place. First connection they got, the second connection bus was not there. They have to 2 or 3 miles, that means 3 or 4 kilometers they have to walk. But they telephoned to us that nobody felt any problem, nobody felt we have to walk all the way for 4 or 5 miles. Because Papa's word, only 6 miles, that came back to us and everybody walked joyfully. And there was absolutely no tension at all, no stress at all, no complaint, no grumbling. And they were able to accept it. So that means it is possible. Because if the bus could not come, what can be done? Suppose we are running the bus with some mechanical trouble, we will not be able to inform them that in advance. Just now, Papa showed us, how the laptop can create problems. So instead of grumbling and complaining, we must try to do as much as possible, and then there must be some reason behind it. There will be a scientific reason behind it. Not that we have to assume anything. The only thing is, if you are in a position to see the scientific reason behind it, then we will be able to get away convinced that it is not a negative situation, it's a positive situation. So, number one. Another two is, when whatever is happening only by His will. There cannot be any label called positive or negative. This also we have to know. So our sadhana, it depends upon our sadhana. Our sadhana means getting ourselves totally fixed in the faith that everything is happening only by His will. And His will is for our ultimate good. So that is another aspect. So Papa is praising you for these 2 lines of approach. One you rationalize and accept it. Second thing is you accept it as God's will. It is Ram's will. It is the will of Ram that his distance should be covered by foot. Be cheerful, brother. So these 2 aspects he has brought into this particular episode. Not merely the first one. The second one is also equally valid and equally important. How am I to know that whatever is happening? Just now, some confusion he created. We don't know that one. So instead of grumbling and complaining, we say, try your alternative. There must be some reason behind it. Get some experts and make a look at it. Because scientific reason has to be located. There is a scientific reason. We should know the scientific reason. And that will be the ultimate answer. One aspect. Another aspect is, I take it as, okay, the will of God to test our patience, to test the patience of the hearers, viewers. How do they take it? Do they take it calmly? They have been listening to all these things. But still, are there any grumblings and complaints in their mind? They would not have expressed it. He is very patient, he waits, something will be all right. You see now, so practically he is demonstrating before us whether it is possible or not. Yes?
Thank you, sir.
Hariom Swamiji. അത് ചാപ്റ്റർ 8, Journey to Tripapaliyur എന്നുള്ളതിന്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് സെന്റൻസ്. 8, ഫസ്റ്റ് സെന്റൻസ് is Satsang. A little distance from the station under a tree were piled up some stones. Ramdas went up to the place, sat down on them and continued his meditation of Rama. ഒരു ചെറിയ സന്ദർഭം പോലും പപ്പയ്ക്ക് കിട്ടുമ്പോഴേ അത് എവിടെയാണ്, സിറ്റുവേഷൻ എന്താണ് എന്നൊന്നും നോക്കാതെ മെഡിറ്റേഷന് വേണ്ടി ചെലവഴിക്കുന്നു പപ്പ. അത് മാത്രമല്ല, കാലത്ത് ട്രെയിൻ ടിക്കറ്റ് ക്ലർക്ക് സ്റ്റേഷനിൽ കിടക്കാതെ പുറത്തേക്ക് വിട്ട പപ്പയെ ഉച്ച കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് പിന്നെ ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുന്നത്. ഭക്ഷണം പോലും മറക്കുകയാണ് അവിടെ പ്രാധാന്യം. ഉപേക്ഷിക്കുകയല്ല, ഭക്ഷണം മറക്കുന്നു. പിന്നെ പപ്പ ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത് രാംനാം ചാൻഡ് ചെയ്തു എന്നല്ല പറയുന്നത്, മെഡിറ്റേഷൻ എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. പപ്പ കഴിഞ്ഞ ചാപ്റ്ററുകളിലും ഇനി വരാൻ പോകുന്ന ചാപ്റ്ററിലും, അടുത്ത ചാപ്റ്റർ ഗോൾഡ് സ്മിത്തിന്റെ വീട് ഗൃഹത്തിൽ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴൊക്കെ അവിടെ മെഡിറ്റേഷൻ എന്നുള്ള വാക്കാണ് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ പപ്പയുടെ 3 പ്രതിജ്ഞയിൽ ആദ്യത്തെ പ്രതിജ്ഞ തന്നെ റിമൈനിങ് ലൈഫ് ഫോർ മെഡിറ്റേഷൻ ആൻഡ് സേവ ഫോർ രാം എന്നാണ്. അതുപോലെ സ്വാമിജി, ഇതിന്റെ ഈ പുസ്തകത്തിന്റെ തുടക്കത്തില് ഗീതയിലെ ശ്ലോകം കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നു. അജ്ഞ ചിന്തയന്തോ മാം യേ ജനാ പര്യുപാസതേ തേഷാം നിത്യാഭിയുക്താനാം യോഗക്ഷേമം വഹാമ്യഹം. ഫസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടൻസിന്റെ മുമ്പേയുള്ള കണ്ടൻസിന്റെ തൊട്ട് മുമ്പേ അതിന്റെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് വേർഷൻ കൊടുത്തതിലും അബ്സോർപ്ഷൻ മെഡിറ്റേഷനെ പറ്റി പറയുന്നു. ഇതൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം, പപ്പ നമ്മളെ അടിവരയിടുകയാണ്. അത് തുടക്കത്തില്, സാധനയുടെ തുടക്കത്തില് നാമചാൻഡിങ് ആവാമെങ്കിലും പിന്നീട് നമുക്ക് മെന്റൽ ചാൻഡിങ് ഓർ മെഡിറ്റേഷൻ അതിൽ നമ്മളെ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു എന്ന് പപ്പ നമ്മെ സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നതായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. സ്വാമിജിയുടെ ഒരു എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Here, unfortunately, most of us, we did not give any serious thought to the word meditation. Because actually, when we all come to ashram, we hear chanting and we go to the chanting session. And whenever anybody asks, have you attended the chanting session? Even in Papa's time, we were told that he used to encourage his children to write Rama. Unless we ask something, these questions will not be answered. And Pujya Mataji also, whenever any problem comes, he will say, you have not done Rama. So when they said Rama, we only took it as chanting of Rama. But what Papa did and Papa meant, and now we can say Mataji also would have meant, and she was elaborately explaining about Sadhguru and everything. We did not apply our mind that when they said chanting, the chanting includes intensely dwelling upon the indwelling and the all-pervading reality. That is why after some time our chanting became mechanical or superficial, without linking up to the reality, which is within, which is the very purpose of chanting. Now through this IQG in-depth study, this aspect has been highlighted, and Papa wants us to concentrate upon this. As he said in the first page, when you see the quotation, when you see the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, as he presented. There could be so many interpretations. But Papa, when he puts it in the first page, before he starts anything about this journey, he says, to those who always remain absorbed in my meditation, to those ever harmonious, I bring full peace and security. Here, Ananya Chinta, that Chinta has been interpreted as meditation, with no other thought. Ananya Chinta, with no other thought. So with no other thought, so here we are all fully depending upon the English version. So here we have specifically mentioned about this meditation. And Jayachandran also pointed out that even in the first chapter of the Fine, he did not say chanting. First meditated and then chanting came later. Thenceforward, a part of the time that was formerly totally devoted to worldly affairs was taken up for the meditation of Ram, who for that period gave him real peace and joy. And then, here also now, the particular chapter, when the listen from the station under a tree were piled up some stone. Ramdas, going up to the place, sat down on them and continued his meditation of Ram. Continued his meditation of Ram. So that means, you are intensely dwelling upon. By meditation, normally the word when we hear meditation, we have a sitting posture, we close our eyes, we try to still the mind, all those things. But here, Papa interprets meditation as a constant effort, mental effort, inner effort on our part, to link ourselves with Him. He is there, I don't know that He is there, so there should be a constant effort on my part to connect myself with Him. And that process should go on, and to aid and to support, chanting is also done. So when we will find in the verses of Ramdas also we will find, unless this goes along with it, after some time the chanting goes at the superficial level. It may be giving us some joy at that time, but the actual purpose of Nama is, he says in one of his writings, Nama is the link between us and God. That means we should feel, when we chant, we should feel we got connected with Him. How it may be in a different form to each and everyone, doesn't matter. But ultimately we should know we got connected with Him. Now these words are coming because of it. There should be some connection. So Nama is helping us. That is why he said after some time the Nama should stop. You remember his quotation. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. It is in the stillness that you know and realize God. So the Nama chanting helps us at the beginning, in the middle, and also at the end. Because that is the one which keeps on connecting me to Him. But this connecting part cannot be done merely by chanting. That is why he has used the word meditation. It's a very, very relevant point for all of us. When we have been thinking, for decades together we have been chanting, but still we have not been able to connect ourselves with Him who is inside. So the main purpose is to connect with Him. How are we going to connect with Him? Because we have been looking up to God or Guru outside. So this has not stuck to us. And when he took the order of sannyas, the first one is this life is consecrated for the meditation of Ram. So the meditation of Ram means always getting connected with him. So this has to be, each one has to do a lot of plumbing deep within and find out one's own method to connect ourselves. General broad guidelines will be given by Mahatmas, but ultimately we have to evolve our own method. Even while opening your eyes, you can meditate. Even while you are traveling in a bus, you can meditate. When you are working, you can meditate. When you are closing your eyes and thinking about the Ishta, you can meditate. You can concentrate on the sound of the name. That is also meditation. You are trying to see the source from where the sound emanates, the soundlessness. That also can be called meditation. So, how do I do it? So, there are umpteen number of ways by which I can connect myself. You will use the word meditation. Our primary job is to connect ourselves with it. Now and here. So Nama chanting should enable us to do that. So one of the easiest ways Papa suggested was that while chanting we try to bring in this dimension that he is making us to chant so that we are getting connected. That particular word you please concentrate. God made him to repeat. That's what he said to his father. No? That means the connection has already taken place. The very purpose of chanting is to get ourselves connected. This vital aspect somehow we did not give much importance. We concentrated on chanting. It gave us some joy. The moment we think about that, it gives us joy. The various tunes. We concentrate. The first tune we will say. And even then, what is more important is, it is not the tune. The purpose of chanting is to get ourselves connected with him, linked with him, to make us aware of his presence. So now Papa is prompting us to dwell upon this very good aspect. And that is why today this particular word, you must have heard it many a time, today also it has been raised. It has been raised because we have to apply our mind more and more deeply. Even today we may be chanting it. But whether the chanting is linking us, our old habit, we will be carried away by that. So we have to do some extra effort by praying to him deeply. You made me to repeat, but you never gave the necessary mindset to get myself connected with you. And we know that is one of the reasons why we have not been able to move forward in the pace in which we should have been. So now kindly help us that when we chant, we remember Pujya Swami was also there. He doesn't do it for a longer time. But whenever he chanted, he said, he chanted with the full knowledge, the effect of which was there for a longer time. Now we understand. That means he did not use the word meditation at all. So he said consciousness, He had brought Ram as consciousness. So we are concentrating on the consciousness to keep up the link with the consciousness you are chanting. So all these point out that today the probably main thrust of our dwelling should be, Satsang should be, how to connect ourselves with him through chanting. Meditated and chanted. First chapter, we will see that. And even when he says, even the period ever so small, there also the use of the word. So whenever free from worldly duties, even the period ever so small, she would meditate on Ram and utter his name. That is prior to his initiation. Please note down this. As soon as he was touched and kindled, he started dwelling more and more intensely. Inward journey was there. And later on he says, when he started getting the joy out of it, to sustain the joy he was chanting, and still he used the word meditation. Meditated and chanted. Meditated and chanted. Meditated and chanted. So during his whole travel, he was always with that. Though at times he does not mention, but meditation, if you try to check up, you will see umpteen number of times he used the word. And now it is becoming clearer and clearer to all of us that by meditation what he meant was linking, connecting, becoming aware of, and to sustain that, chanting. So chanting, in a way, we can say chanting does not allow our mind to go anywhere else, but to get ourselves linked with it, number one. And when meditation is given topmost priority, even when chanting is not there, even when we are engaged in so many activities, we will be able to link ourselves with him. So when we handle the laptop now, when we handle the book, when we read the book, there can be a constant effort on our part to link ourselves. So it will not become a compartmentalized or a part-time activity. You sit for meditation for a particular time and then you are back to your usual activities without connecting him with that. So now the meditation should become a mainstay of our life. Yes. It can be taken as meditation should become the mainstay of our life. And meditation means linking ourselves with him. He is inside, outside. So there should be a constant effort on our part in whatever way we approach. It can be in any manner. A touch of love, a touch of dedication, a touch of gratitude, a touch of perfection. In all that we think, in all that we do, it also means meditation. We are linking with him. That means we are slowly trying to demolish a barrier which our mind has created. That this is something towards God, this is something moving away from God. There is no such thing. So we have the intensity of prayer. Every time Papa keeps on reminding us, even the first all day Ram, he says, Ram is a subtle, mysterious force. It's a subtle and mysterious force that pervades and sustains the whole universe. Birthless and deathless is he. He is present in all things and in all creatures, who only appear as separate entities due to their ever-changing form. So we are trying to connect ourselves with him, not merely by closing our eyes, but when we open our eyes, when all our senses are active, we should try to link ourselves from. Yes, now one more thing comes up in our mind. When he suggested how to control the mind, he said there are 4 steps. One is to concentrate on the sound, the form of the Ishra. Then on the sound. Then he says still the mind is going out. Where is it going out? Wherever it goes is only Ram. You kindly recollect that. So when the mind goes out, normally we complain the level of concentration is getting diluted, coming down. So we feel, we are moving away from it. So in order that to remove that, Prabhupada suggested, when the mind is going out to different objects, different situations, different persons, different experiences, the mind should not colorize it as separate from it. Because there is nothing beyond, away from it. Everywhere he is. So that means meditation means connecting ourselves with it. We have to pick on and we have to revise our own method, not the theory. What method can I employ? When I open my eyes, when I do the household duties, when I do the professional commitments, when I am with my friends, how do I connect? Then, a method will get evolved in ourselves, where we don't get disconnected, we don't feel disconnected, and we will get more and more clarity on the word God. Perfection absolute, love absolute, dedication absolute, surrender absolute. All these people, we were thinking something else. We were trying to superimpose some other thing only. Then only we feel disconnected to God. No. Anything. So we are praying to him today, when you direct our attention to the word meditation. Kindly enable me to meditate on you throughout. And by meditation, what I feel now is, you can pray to Papa like this. What I feel now is connecting myself to you. You made me to feel, in order that I should enjoy your moment, you made me to feel that I am at the moment disconnected, and then you are making me to connect myself with you. Then only I will get the joy. The disconnection only will be fade away for connection. So you have, for reasons known to you, you have made me, though you are there very much with me, you made me feel that I don't feel connected to you. So I now pray to you to get myself connected with you. You can employ any method. There is no fixed method. Because each one will know how to connect now. They will try in their own way. That is why when Mataji said, we were unable to understand. Take a class, this is also God, this is also Papa, this is also given by the what all things they are like that, connecting. Even on the centenary of Pujya Swami, you will find this, when you take a glass of water, glass is consciousness God, water is God, and drinking is God, eating is God. Like that, he used to bring. That means what? We were not understanding. He thought, we have to superimpose something on glass, water, and drinking. But actually it is not. It is not superimposing something. Every moment when we are getting connected with it, every act and every office we see, every act that we do, gets automatically connected. Yeah, very nice. Today, that is a lot of beautiful. very
Swamiji, I have one question, Swamiji. ரொம்ப நாளா இந்த கொஸ்டின் எனக்கு ரொம்ப கிளாரிட்டி இல்லாமயே இருக்கு. அது என்ன சுவாமிஜி, நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாப்டர்லயே பாப்பா வந்து அந்த ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ்னஸ் கிடைக்கும் போதோ அவருக்கு அந்த வாய்ஸ் வந்து அவருக்கு அந்த ரொம்ப அந்த கான்பிடன்ஸ் கொடுக்குது. அந்த கிரை வந்த உடனே டிஸ்பேர் நாட், ட்ரஸ்ட் மீ and thou shall be free and this was the voice of Ram சொல்லிட்டு அவரு அது ரொம்ப அந்த வாய்ஸ் கேட்ட உடனே அது உள்ள இருந்து வருது. பகவான் அவர் சொல்ற அந்த வாய்ஸ்னு அது அப்படியே அவர் அதை அப்படியே புடிச்சிட்டாரு சுவாமிஜி. அப்போ அந்த உள்ள இருக்கப்பட்ட அந்த பகவான் வந்து ராம்ன்ற அந்த கிளாரிட்டி, அதாவது வெளியில பாக்குற ராம் இல்ல, அந்த உள்ள இருக்கிற ராம் பகவான், அப்படி அந்த என்ன சொல்றது அந்த அது ஏதோ சோல் அந்த ராம்னு கிளாரிட்டி கிடைச்சிருக்கு பாப்பாக்கு. இப்ப நம்ம வந்து அந்த மென்டல் சாண்டிங் அப்படி உட்காரும் போதும் சுவாமிஜி, அப்ப அந்த ஒரு சைலன்ஸ்ல அப்போ நம்ம பப்பா அப்படின்னு அந்த க்ளோஸ்னஸ் கிடைக்கிறதுக்கு பப்பா அப்படின்னு அந்த அப்படி ரெகக்னைஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஃபார்ம் தான் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து முதல்ல பப்பாவோட ஃபார்ம் தான் முதல்ல வருது. அப்ப அந்த ஆத்மாராம் வர அந்த அந்த ஆத்மாராமுக்கு அந்த க்ளோஸ்னஸ்னஸ் கிடைக்கணும்னு சொன்னா நம்ம அத ரிலேட் அந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப், எப்படி ஒரு அம்மா ஒரு குழந்தை அந்த குழந்தையோட ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் கிடைக்கும் போதோ எப்படி அத உணர்ந்து அந்த குழந்தைக்கு அப்படி சாதாரண நம்ம பேர் வச்சு கூப்பிடும் போதோ அது எப்படி கிடைக்குதோ அந்த ஃபீல். அப்போ நம்ம அந்த உள்ள இருக்கிற ஆத்மா ராம நம்ம எப்படி ரிலேட் பப்பாவோட ஃபார்ம் ரியல் இல்ல, ஆனா அந்த ஆத்மா ராம வந்து பப்பா வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா ராமன்னு அந்த அத ஃபீல் பண்ணி தக்க வச்சுக்கினார் சுவாமிஜி. இப்போ இதுல என்ன சொல்லி அவரை வந்து அந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்ப க்ளோஸ்னஸ் அப்போதான் நாம வந்து அது லவ் மேல அஃபெக்ஷன் அட்டாச்மெண்ட் வர்றதுக்கு அந்த அந்த ஒரு கிளாரிட்டி எப்படி சுவாமிஜி அது அது எனக்கு சொல்ல தெரியல.
Papa has answered this question. It is true. It is a genuine problem faced by many of the devotees because when they start coming to ashram, often hear Papa, Papa. We actually do not know what we are doing. We immediately place ourselves within the form of Papa. Initially, Papa said, okay, if Ramdas form can you can take it as a source. But later on, you know what Ramdas stands for. Ramdas is the indwelling reality. If you go through the thought experience, you have mentioned clearly about it. You are telling Papa, 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 and what is the use? You have clearly mentioned. Initially, it will definitely happen. Of their own Ishtadevara or Guru, they will bring it. Naturally, it will come because of our love, faith, our adoration, our reverence. The moment we start knowing about them, what welcomes in our mind gets impressed. And especially when you repeat it for a number of times, we see the Papa means only. Papa is not only in the form, but he is also in all the forms. So, Pujya Mataji, probably we can say Pujya Mataji started accepting the indwelling and all-pervading reality of Papa. That aspect we did not give much importance. We limited to Papa's form. And that is why it cannot move beyond certain stage for somebody. For somebody, that is okay for them. Just like Mirabai, Lord Krishna, their intellect did not work. He did not try to rationalize. He satisfied. The reality is there through that form. So So yesterday, day yesterday, we were telling, Swami is offering his prayer to Papa. That would be one of the best methods to retain our reverence for the form and also getting connected to the reality in the form. He used to say, I am prostrating before the nameless, formless reality, whose presence has been touched, kindled and made known to me through this form. Where Papa always defined Guru is the awakener. He awakens that God is there. We are not aware. We are searching Him for everywhere else. So He is now making us know that God is within and God is without. First God is within and then God is without. So that is why He is called the awakener. So we will be able to understand Papa in that form. Suppose we don't want to understand like that. We want to see Papa whom you have given to me in all forms. That is enough. How we take it is important. Let not the intellect come and disturb us. Any method is okay. What is more important is whether we are linking ourselves with Him. With form or without form. Papa gives importance for the impersonal aspect because then only it can become global. That's all. But at the same time, He did not rule out. He mentioned in many of His thoughts. And in God experience, you will find this is the word He used to be remembered right. Papa Mataji is everywhere. God is everywhere. You are everywhere. So that means the one that is there in Papa Mataji, the one that is known as God, and the one that is in you, that Chaitanya, that principle, that mysterious power, is one and the same. So this will all help us to transcend from the form to the formless, at the same time retaining our reverence for the form. There won't be any dilution of our reverence or adoration to that form. Because if that form, only through that form we were touched and kindled. Because we started telling, so we have to apply our mind deeply. Whenever I close my eyes, you come before me in the form. Now you take me to the form. Or you make me feel that you are there everywhere. Any method is alright. It all depends upon how we go there. These doubts come because we are still going out. Suppose we have enthroned in the Pradishta in our mind. When we talk, He is always there, the Pradishta. We have done the Pradishta of Papa in our heart. He is always there. But here, though we say that we get that form only when we close our eyes, that means the Pradishta has not taken place. When the Pradishta has taken place, installation has taken place, it will be there always. And the question of form or formless also will not come there. So now we are trying to get up. Even we feel that when we close our eyes, instead of Ram, the Papa. No. Because Mataji had no such problem. When she got clear, then Papa severely cautioned her not to get attached to that form. So she was able to see at the same time the nameless, formless aspect through the name and form aspect. So for her, there was absolutely no confusion at all. Initially, she was also very much attached to the form of Papa. And Papa gave the root, section 134. You will not see Ramdas, you will not talk to Ramdas, you will not worship Ramdas like that. No. So many things he said. That's all. And she was asked to stay in the house. And then from there, Mataji wrote a beautiful letter. And then Papa knew that she completely got over that. And then said, you come now and join. So these are some of the things which we suppose we read. Probably we might get some clue to get over this assumed conclusion. Absolutely there is no, if we have installed it, now when you go to see Sai Bhakta, always, they know that Baba is there. Baba will take care of. Or when they them up, Krishna will take care of. That means the installation has taken place. Not that it is 24 into 7. It is not coming and going. In none of the rest of the things, we don't bring Papa in form also. Suppose he starts feeling Papa is there, though he is not in the body, he is there watching me closely, even now. Then the idea we got connected with him. No? Today we have been thinking about connecting ourselves with him. Whether with form or without form. Let us not bother about it. If our mind cannot concentrate on the nameless, we will not break our mind, or we will not torture our mind. We will accept, okay, this is what you want. Okay. Now make me to see that I have installed you forever. And you are watching my every thought, every word, every deed. You gave me a sense of individuality, made me to function as an individuality. Whenever I forget, you bring out some development by which I turn towards you. And every time I have a dialogue, so you keep a dialogue with Papa himself, okay, absolutely nothing wrong. That means the connection is ever made, is kept alive. Now what happens is only Papa comes here during that particular short time. And our intellect says, this form, without form, or this confusion. So don't worry. If the form is imprinted in the heart, you are only praying that it should be there forever. Every time, whenever any of our organs are active, we try to immediately turn towards that and say, yes, I'm doing this, you make me to do this. So he is watching us. He is observing us. He is protecting us. He is leading us. He is guiding us. To keep on hammering this, that's the question. Let us not worry about this form and form. So the first importance of today is that everything we try to make it positive because everything is happening only by the experience. The second thing was that will be made possible only by us if we constantly remember things, connect our situation. For that, we should have this inward journey constantly. And when we take this inward journey, naturally, there will be a question of how to concentrate. Because something tangible we can apply our mind. Something with a form. When we don't have, when we are asked to concentrate on the formless, the mind becomes difficult. So the next question for our things is, okay, it is all right, this form or without form. Whatever you are comfortable with, I am there. In whatever way you want, okay, I am there. Only thing is you have to connect with. That is why whenever we see a photo of Mahatma, we go down to Burma, we know very well that it's not prepared by somebody. And after some time it will get rusty or the fungus will come and then we will replace it with something else. We all know that. But still when we review the form, we don't see the paper. No? We remember that person. We remember that Mahatma. So similarly, we try to develop a method by which we get connected. Whether with form or without form, let us not bother. He is there. In whatever way you want. The choice is given to us. Okay, if you want to worship, if you want to become aware of my presence through a form, take it like that. So these 3 points which were raised today, very, very relevant for our sadhana. Very relevant. And it is a sort of chronological order. Starting from Rameshwaram Sadhana, then going through the first sloka, then the emphasis given for word meditation, and finally about the form. There is a link. This picture you can see how he is leading us. It is not that somebody asks something and somebody is sharing something. He is playing a wonderful game of bringing out what is in our mind and then getting it clear. In any form. I am there, whether you recognize me in this form or that form, whether you don't recognize me or not, I am there always. I am a reality who stays with you always. A simple truth that gives us the joy, with form or without form. But you connect. You are not separate from me. Though you are expressing yourself as an individual, the force behind you is me. I may not be available to others, but I am available to you now. In so many ways, he will make us know that he is there, he is there, he is there. Kindly think about all these things.
பப்பா ஃபார்ம் வந்து கண்டிப்பா அதான் நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு வாழ்க்கைக்கு ஒரு துடுப்பு கிடைச்ச மாதிரி. ஆனா நிஜ ரூப தூஜே, இந்த ரூபம் உண்மை இல்ல, உண்மையான ரூபம் ஒண்ணு இருக்கு அப்படின்னும் போதோ அப்ப வந்து நம்ம பொய்யா அப்படி பாப்பா நம்மள வந்து ஆனா சுவாமிஜி தெரியுது நம்ம வந்து ஃபுல் டைம் கிடையாது, அந்த அளவுக்கு பாப்பா ராம் மேல வச்ச அன்பு இல்லைன்னு. ஆனாலும் பேராசைதான்
சொன்னதெல்லாம் யோஜனை பண்ணி பார்ப்போம். அவர் உள்ள உட்காந்துருக்கார், அவர் தான் பேச வைக்கிறார், அவர் தான் இந்த கேள்வி கேட்க வைச்சார். அவர் நான் விட்டேனே அந்த ஃபீலிங் மனதில் உண்டாகணும். அதுக்காக போதும். இல்லைன்னா நான் இல்லையே, நான் சவமா தானே இருக்கேன், நீ இல்லையா நான் இல்லையே, நான் இருக்கிறதுக்கே நீ தானே காரணம், நீ நான் மிஸ்டீரியஸ் பவர் தானே, நீ இந்த பாம்புக்குடி வந்தாரு, அந்த பாம்புக்குள்ளே மிஸ்டீரியஸ் பவர் தானே, அந்த பாம்பில் நான் செப்பரேட் ஆகணும் செய்ய வேண்டாம். எந்த பாம்பிலையும் இருக்கிறான் அந்த மிஸ்டீரியஸ் பவர் அந்த பப்பாங்கிற பாம்பிலையும் உண்டு. அந்த மிஸ்டீரியஸ் பவர் உண்டு. அதை எனக்கு பார்க்க முடியாததுனால அவங்க பாம்பு வழியா நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன், அவ்வளவுதான். So you get connected to the palm and the palm is also. There won't be any problem. But the only thing is you have to be very, very, very sincere and earnest in trying to go with it. And the inward journey is very important. That is what is meant by the word meditation. So that you will get clarity. Papa used to say you must have a right concept of God before you start your journey towards it. அப்ப அந்த மிஸ்டீரியஸ் பவர்ங்கிறத எப்போதும் try to bring. Because it cannot be seen, it can only be experienced. Just like electricity cannot be seen, and only we can know that the current is there by the working of the equipment. Similarly, God is a mysterious whole enveloping the whole creation, in which we are all floating. And whatever that floats has got a beginning and an end, but the power remains the same. That is why Papa used the word, all these things to be brought into our mind. That is why he used the word great void. He said the voice came from the great void. Then only he said Ram, the mysterious power. So we keep on thinking about it. We keep on thinking whenever, that is called meditation, no? Whenever there is any time, what moment in our life, even if it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, yes. We are all floating in that. The sense of individuality, creation, are floating in this mysterious power. Like that, suppose we keep on bringing this dimension. This is inward journey. People may use many methods. Meditation is a relative word, to be blunt. So each one, we have to define meditation by our own practice. That which connects us with the indwelling reality, that which enables us to connect with the indwelling reality, that process that enables us to connect with the indwelling reality is called meditation. Because it is an indwelling reality, it is purely a mental exercise. No outside factor can help. It is purely a mental exercise. That is why we advise the mental chanting. The mental chanting quietens and then paves the way to have a glimpse of this mysterious power called God. So if that is too much for our brain, easy way is to connect. You give a form, and then connect. But we have to now ensure that the installation of Pratishtha becomes strong, that any time when the mind turns towards that, there must be a form. That is why probably Papa always recommends this constant dialogue with you. Dialogue with who? Dialogue with the power. If you want to give a form, you can give a form. If you don't want to give a form, that is also okay. You have find so many Bhaktotamas in this great land of ours who have been blessed with them. Through that form also they have done. They have been able to enjoy the presence of Him. But it was exclusive. Because they have installed that form in their mind, symbolizing the mysterious power. And they were comfortable, they were connecting themselves with that power. So there was no confusion for them. So in our case, we can do that. In order that none of us get into the feeling, but only in personal way, Pujya Mataji had introduced in our prayer. You remember? Achyutam Kesavam Ramanarayana, Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Gai. All these words we normally say for the personal aspect of God whom we have worshipped to one time or other, or where we have gone to some temple. So even in our Arati also it comes. So Gandhiji also had the same thing, when he was asked, though he was referring to the personal aspect of Ram, when somebody asked, he said, Raghupada Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Sita Ram, he says, that represents his personal aspect. So there is no confusion here. When we have installed it, either in the personal form or impersonal form, what is more important is to connect ourselves with it every time. He may make us to get disconnected, doesn't matter. But he will definitely make us to get connected. Throughout from morning to evening, whatever activities we do, initially we may feel connected and disconnected. But later on when we see in a comprehensive way, all activities are initiated by Him. We are now staying in a place called SIRUMALAI near DINDIGAL. Every day evening we go and sit on a rock. We see the expansive land and hills surrounded by it. What comes to our mind is God is providing an opportunity, a raise yourself to a higher level so that you can see as many of these creations. You are a tiny little individual. And from your place, if you look, what you see is a limited vision, whereas the reality is unlimited. So by making us to view it from a higher angle, He every day reminds us, keep this in your mind, Whether you know it or not, I am there in the expansiveness, not in the limitedness. So like that, we won't separate. This is godly, this is ungodly. So try to bring all these factors in your mind and then try and then pray to him from the bottom of the heart. He will definitely show you some light. Central message is deep inward journey. Very deep inward journey. That is the message today he gave through all these points raised by devotees. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. Did you say this clear? Huh? So 3 or 4 points which we discussed. They are highly substantial.
Yes. Yes, Swamiji.
Right.
We'll try, Swamiji.
Okay. Anything else? So the one more thing you can observe, that when he made us to take up this interest of God in depth study, now you see so many things are coming out from this book itself. So that itself shows, when we were reading it previously, we were not led to the unspoken words, invisible truth. So now he is making us to go a little more deeper beyond the words. It's wonderful. That itself is a lesson for all of us. So you are always saying, what is it, why? Because when you say great word, I am unable to understand great word. That means, he is making us to go deeper and deeper into it. This is what exactly Papa wanted us when he prompted us to say that the centenary year, Sadhgaya centenary year should be an in-depth study of interest of God. It gives us the whole spiritual journey, spiritual progress, hurdles in the spiritual journey, methods to be employed. You see that when you take the manual, so many things are coming out from it. With form, without form, meditation, chanting, great voice, positive, how to make everything, how to approach everything positively. Again, every day we have to keep on reminding us, The recap will definitely help us to make further inroads into the deeper truths that are laid down in IQ. One simple text, apparently a travel out, Now we are slowly realizing what all it contains. And if I am in a position to unearth the real content with it, I will be able to progress fast and make myself aware of his presence throughout. So may his grace, may his blessings be always with us. It is always with us. May we become aware of his grace and blessings. At times, we question, because we are separating ourselves from him, and then we seek our blessings. There is a joy in it. But may we become aware of his presence always in our humble prayer. Hello. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
You are not getting the same Nama is in different forms, you know. So different sounds. Variety is that. Not necessarily in a uniform word. There is quite diversity also. There could be very fancy way of putting out the meaning. So that itself is a demonstration. Once somebody can with this tune, that tune, but mantra is the same, mantra is the same, mantra is the same. When it is appeared in different tune, it gives us different types of emotions in us. But we hardly understand that mantra is the same. Whether with you, without you, whether it is slow or fast, mantra is the same. Only think about this. Hari Om.
Hari Om Swami. Pranam Swami. Hari Om Swami. Hari Om Swami.
I will see you all.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om,
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om. Namaskar.
Hari Om.